Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. In this video, we will have our discussion on the upcoming transit of Saturn in the Aquarius sign, which is going to be taking place on January 17th, 2023. But most important thing is that if you have important planets placed in the Aquarius sign and Saturn is going to be transiting over it, so definitely it is going to have a very important say in your life events. That is something which we will try to understand in this video, because guys, I have already separately on so many videos I have already talked about the probable and indicative results customized to all the lagnas. We have also talked about specific to all those zodiac signs who are going to experience Saturn's Sade Sati and the Dhaiya. So in this video we will be focusing more on important planets in the Aquarius and results of Saturn's transit over it, because guys, we cannot even overlook this fact that when we talk about the slow moving planets, like fast moving planets like Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, they actually impact our daily life. But when we talk about a transit which can give us a new direction in the life, which can activate a very lifetime event in our life, over there Saturn plays a very important role. And guys, beyond doubt, when we talk about the qualities of Aquarius, now many people say that Aquarius represents humanitarianism.
We are so powerful. I'm gonna need you to repeat after me. We are so powerful. We are so powerful.
Group activities, very practical and scientific approach, but the common link or bridge between the Aquarius and the 11th house of the natal chart, if I have to explain, I would definitely say that Aquarius is an energy which tells about what you will eventually and ultimately become in the life. All the deeds and all the karma which we are performing on daily basis, it is actually contributing in a central reservoir somewhere, and it is contributing to a ultimate outcome. So that is something which Aquarius sign represent, that what you will ultimately become in the life. And definitely guys, comparing Saturn's influence in other signs and comparing it with its presence in the Aquarius, so Aquarius is Saturn's Mool Trikona sign. So compared to any other placement, over here Saturn actually holds this potential to remain little bit flexible and grant some lifetime results to the native. Now definitely guys, a lot will be dependent on the kind of yogas we have in our chart as well. I always say this thing that if transit tells about our external circumstances, so here we are if talking from Saturn's perspective, so definitely in your natal chart as well, Saturn has to be in a good dignity, and nothing could be better than that if Saturn is also right now active in your life in the form of the you are running through the Mahadasha of Saturn, Antardasha of Saturn, or you're about to experience the Saturn return, then definitely all the results which I will explain over here, possibility and tendency to experience that is going to be very high. So guys, and when we talk about general results of that, when Saturn transit over any of the important planet of yours, what kind of results it can manifest? So now that's very simple, because Saturn just slows down the experiences or the signification of the planet over which it transit. Now definitely via slowing it down, Saturn wants you to take accountability, be responsible in the matters of all those energies which the planet represent. Now definitely Mercury represents your commercial skills, Venus represents your relationship, Moon represents your thinking pattern. So because of which it all comes down to that the dimension of experience which that planet represent. The moment Saturn will transit over it, it will slow down the experiences or the signification of that planet. Now this is where the catch of the Saturn comes. Let's say for example, if Saturn is kind of in a position or capacity to give you good results, so you will experience those results for a very long span of time. And let's say for example, if Saturn is coming over there to punish you. So the punishment will also, like agony and the pain, will also be experienced for a long span of time. So one aspect of Saturn's transit is that it slows down the experience of that planet over which it transit. Second thing is that it actually deepens your awareness regarding the matters of that planet. Third aspect could be that definitely Saturn is the planet of controller of all of our destiny. So Saturn's transit over your any of the important planet act as a hand of destiny touching you. Now when I say hand of destiny, so that means that driven by the force of destiny, gifts, rewards, success or punishment can be experienced in that area. And lastly guys, definitely Saturn also is a strong moderator planet as well. So if you are going overboard or you are spending your energies in a very excessive way connected with that planet, so Saturn can also bring some forceful moderation in that dimension as well. So guys, this was just a basic overview of studying the importance of Saturn's transit over your important planets. Now definitely in this remaining section of the video, I will not only be giving you a generic idea that Saturn transit over Mercury is something which you can find anywhere in the Google or in any of the books. Important is that how does Mercury behave in Aquarius, and when Saturn goes over in Aquarius, how customized result it will manifest. That is something which we will try to understand in this video. And guys, obviously it's not only about that if your Mercury is placed in Aquarius, Saturn is transiting over it. It will become more important if, let's say for example, your Mercury is your ascendant lord as well. Mercury's dasha you are also going through, and your business, your occupation is also connected with Mercury. So that means Saturn's transit over this Mercury will become of paramount importance in your life. So yes guys, now we will shift our discussion to the next section, and we will try to understand Saturn's transit over all of your important planets. So guys, starting first with the Saturn's transit over your natal Mercury. So definitely if your Mercury is placed in the Aquarius sign in your natal chart, so that means that your intelligence is very discriminatory, it's very visionary, you are very good in problem solving, you could have a very wide circle of friends as well, you could be engaged in the fields of technology, electronics, travel, business. Now guys, when Saturn is going to be transiting over your this natal Mercury, one thing is for sure, that people in your circle of influence, now this could be your relatives, this could be your friends, will act as a redeemable or the cleansing agent in your life. During this time, power of concentration will be very much and strongly expected out of you. You cannot go haywire with your vision or with your goals, with your aspiration. Strong degree and sense of concentration, or I would say very concentrated efforts regarding what exactly you want to achieve will become very important. And let's say for example guys, for all those people who have got any of the issues of nervous system related problem, so in advance only you have to start working in that direction. Otherwise Saturn's transit over your this natal Mercury could lead you towards a nervous system breakdown as well, mental breakdown, kind of depressive kind of situation. So all what matters is that whether we talk about your commercial dealings, whether we talk about your goals, your thought process, so a very concentrated effort is required, and nothing could be better than that if you're already a kind of person who is very humanitarian driven, like in all of your engagements, in your thought process, humility is very much involved over there. Doing good to others is always in the back of your mind. Then definitely this transit of Saturn over your natal Mercury can grant you some very good results, can give you some sort of titles, authority, power, some new idea, new business idea, new collaboration. So all of that can materialize for all those people who have got Mercury placed in the Aquarius sign. Now friends, if you have Jupiter placed in the Aquarius sign, so that definitely tells about that your good fortune comes through friends. It also comes through very unexpected opportunities as well. Now, how will Saturn influence it when it is going to be transiting over it next month? So definitely guys, try to understand this thing. Saturn just restricts the significations or dimension of experiences represented by that planet whenever it transit over it. So this could be related in this way, that all of your future aspirations, now this could be connected with your education, this could be connected with your financial goals, this could be anything to do with your socialization, your self improvement through your faith, through your belief. So all of that is going to be in the grip, in the scrutiny of the planet Saturn. Now how much dedicated, devoted you are in spreading the wisdom which you have received from your guru, that is going to be put on the pedestal. Are you a kind of person who is very much willing to share your good fortune in a very generous way, in a very humanitarian way with other people as well? So all of that is going to be tested. And generally it has been said that whenever Saturn is transiting over your natal Jupiter, do not test your luck very blindly, because Saturn can actually create a hurdle over there. So yes guys, any of your future aspiration, of your plans, of your faith has to be tested on some realistic grounds. That is something which Saturn will teach you when it will transit over it. And let's say for example, if you remain lucky to clear the test of the planet Saturn, then it can actually give you some sort of religious wisdom, or some sort of authority, power in your field, or some breakthrough in your field, in your line of work. So all of that can also be foreseen with this transit of Saturn over your natal Jupiter. Now friends, let's take up the case of the moon. So although I have already talked about that in a separate video, because this is going to be the second phase of your Saturn Sadhisati, but let's briefly include it here as well. So if you have got a Aquarius moon sign, so that in itself tells about that your emotional state or your thought process is very philanthropic, it's very scientific, you care for other people, you actually want to bring some refinement in the life of the people around you, you very easily gel with any of the group setting. So now guys, if Saturn is going to be transiting over your natal moon, so one thing is for sure, that just because Saturn is going to be coming in its own sign, so that first of all tells about that on a material plane, this is going to be a transit which will make you very responsible. Try to understand this thing, that Saturn's influence on the Aquarius is always seen as the test of responsibility. So that means that this transit can actually bestow you with some additional power, some new authority, new conscious awareness, with which some added responsibilities will also come over you. Now guys, one thing is for sure, that on an emotional plane, this could be little bit stressful time. In a lot many charts, it has been seen that whenever Saturn is transiting right over there over the natal moon, people tend to remain very sensitive, very impressionable, very prone and vulnerable towards the burnout situation. So that is one area which you have to handle by yourself, no matter how much additional responsibilities you are undertaking, but that should not happen at the cost of lashing out on people or doing some drastic or very headstrong changes in your lifestyle, because as you know that the planet of justice, karma, destiny will be transiting right over there on your natal moon. So spiritual religious refuge becomes very important whenever Saturn is transiting over the natal moon. But yes guys, overall and in a nutshell, one thing is for sure, that Saturn is going to be coming in its own Mool Trikona sign. So your emotional state is going to be very much prone towards some heightened sense of responsibility towards people around you. And if in your natal chart Saturn is well placed, you are running through some very good auspicious favorable dasha, so authority, power generally gets bestowed to people who have got this sort of alignment. Now guys, if you have Venus in the Aquarius sign, so that definitely tells about that in the matters of relationship, you are a very charitable, you are a very helpful person, you have got a very strong personal magnetism which draws a lot of people towards you. Like Venus in the Aquarius are not those people who could be jealous, who want to make a lot of emotional fuss. Like these people are more kind of a giver in the relationship, and they prefer more on the platonic terms compared to the very carnal or very passionate side of the relationship. Now guys, the good part is that just because Saturn is going to be transiting over your this natal Venus, one thing is for sure that Saturn considers Venus as its good friend, and Aquarius is not only a Mool Trikona sign of the planet Saturn, but Venus also bestows some very good result over there. So one thing is for sure that in the matters of relationship, Saturn will make you very picky, very choosy. You are going to be very consciously aware that which all kind of people are required in your circle of influence, which people are actually going to be serving some higher purpose by being around you. That is one conscious awareness which Saturn will bestow to you. Also, when we talk about the personal taste and aesthetics as well, so over there as well, Saturn will bring lot many depth and refinedness, which can be seen as a very good sign for the artist. It can actually make you very meticulous at the time when Saturn is going to be transiting over your natal Venus. Now guys, the only one area where I see these people vulnerable is that if in the matters of relationship, because guys, whenever we talk about the Aquarian energy, there is a lot of group settings which are involved over there. Like you will rarely find Aquarian energy getting dominated in someone's life, making that person very isolated, because Aquarian energy makes you a part of the collective. So one aspect of Venus energy in the Aquarius is that native might take a very academic or very kind of scholarly approach towards relationship, and another aspect could be that native is very much driven towards the hedonistic lifestyle because of the too much option always there in front of him. So basis your karma, basis your own actions in the matters of relationship, justice will be served to you when Saturn will transit over your natal Venus. But again guys, because Venus also tells about your lifestyle choices, it also tells about luxury, finances, and let's say for example, if your ongoing dashas are running favorable and you have been single for a long time, so Saturn can actually give you or serve you justice in the form of some lasting relationship as well, some sort of soul level connection as well. Now guys, talking from the perspective of the planet Mars, now trust me on this thing, no other planet is going to be getting as much benefited as someone with a natal Mars in the Aquarius is going to get benefited. I always say this thing, that the age old wisdom is that if given or being put in a situation where you have to embrace the wisdom of either Saturn or Mars, always go by the wisdom of the planet Saturn, because it has some long lasted, very visionary good in store for you. So guys, definitely if you have Mars in the Aquarius, so that means that like a lot many engineers, lot many people in the AI field, machine learning fields have been seen with this kind of placement. The good thing over here is that Martian energy manifests on a very mental plane whenever it is placed over there. Now the dilemma is, or the irony over here is that a lot many times it gives a bone of contention, because Mars is a very independent planet. Whether shall I go my way or whether shall I adjust to become a part of the group, become a part of the collective. And same is the case with in the sexual orientation as well, that native many times remain in this conflicting situation, whether to be in command or whether to be in that position of serving to his partner. So which gives rise to lot many turmoil, lot many this kind of curiosity leads towards lot many multiple relationship as well. So now guys, the good part over here is that the transit of Saturn over your natal Mars is going to make you very confident, very consciously aware about making right choices, how to assert your individuality in a right way. So all these problems which we have just discussed, that it can create this confusion whether to go your way or whether to become a part of the collective in your relationship related concerns as well. So Saturn will make you kind of give you this insight that if only you will make use of your energy, your power, your whole existence towards service, towards serving to some higher cause, it will give you some higher reward. So definitely guys, because if someone has to actually achieve something very big in life, so you need both of these two planets working harmoniously in the chart of someone, because Saturn can give you like very long-term vision, but in order to meet that long distant vision, you need to be focused and disciplined on daily basis. So because of which guys, if I were to say, if you have your Mars to be placed in the Aquarius, and this transit of Saturn is going to be taking over, it will definitely bring out some very focused, concentrated energy of your this natal planet Mars. The only concern over here is that if your actions have been questionable, if you are a very headstrong kind of person who has just acted out of tyranny, like when it comes down to the exertion of your authority or of your position, over there Saturn can create problem. But in lot many cases, this transit of Saturn over your natal Mars will actually give right direction to your energies, to your power. Now guys, let's say for example, if you have your Sun to be placed in the Aquarius sign, and Saturn is going to be transiting over it next year. So guys, over here I actually want to share my own personal life experience, like the way in one of the last uploaded video I mentioned this thing over there, that I have Sun placed in the Capricorn sign. So Saturn from the past 2.5 years is closely monitoring or transiting over my natal Sun. Second thing is that from the past like couple of months, not only I'm going through Saturn Mahadasha, but the Sun Antardasha as well. So the way it has been written in the books is that a lot many astrologers has attached this to that Saturn is the planet of imprisonment, Saturn is the planet of punishment, and when it transit over the natal Sun, it brings lot many trouble, people lose their job, they get defamed. So trust me, it's not like that. If you actually want to learn the essence of it, so it just tells about that whatsoever hard work you have been putting in, or whatsoever your true authentic glory, fame or recognition is impending, Saturn, which is the planet of justice, of karma, so whatsoever you deserve, once a Saturn will transit over it, it will serve you that. So definitely guys, if you have your natal Sun to be placed in the Aquarius, so that in itself makes you a very humanitarian, authentic and true leader who care for his team and who has got a very visionary goal for himself. So definitely Saturn, when it will transit over your this natal Sun next year, it will definitely bring some clarity, and basis the deeds which you have performed, it can actually bestow some recognition, some new idea, new collaboration, new some association with any philanthropic or humanitarian cause. So all that can materialize next year, and ultimately eventually, if I have to summarize it in one line, so I will say that whatsoever recognition which has been long impending or due in your case, Saturn's transit over your natal Sun in the Aquarius will serve you that. But yes guys, one thing is for sure, that whenever Saturn is transiting over your natal Sun, you have to remain very consciously aware of your actions, like any of the underhanded actions, any of the stealing from the government or stealing with the authority figures, or any of the unethical actions which straight away is connected with the abuse of the authority, abuse of the power, get very severely punished whenever Saturn transit over the natal Sun. Now guys, if you have your Saturn to be placed in the Aquarius sign, and Saturn is going to be transiting over it, which is called as the Saturn return, which is considered as a very lifetime event of the life. So guys, first we will try to understand the indicative results of Saturn being in the Aquarius. So definitely that makes you a very true humanitarian, very scientific person, and in all of those fields where you have to cater to the masses, generally people with the prominent Saturn Aquarius energy, they do very good. Like you could be a politician, you could be a crusader, you might have a very revolutionary mindset to help and serve the masses. Now guys, whenever we talk about the Saturn return, so it becomes very important, because generally it has been seen that all the karmic obligation, karmic debt, or karmic bondage which native might have been experiencing, because generally Saturn return takes place, first Saturn return takes place at around 28 or 29 years of age. So that means that whatsoever restrictions you have been experiencing before that time, all of those restrictions will suddenly get removed. And the most beautiful thing, why all the astrologers pinpoint the importance of the Saturn return, is that generally your life purpose is served to you. Like, you will not see your destiny with as much as of the clarity as when your Saturn return is taking place. So whatsoever you are cut out for what reason you have taken birth, that purpose or that destiny will be shown to you when Saturn return takes place. Now guys, definitely here we are not talking about Saturn return taking place for someone who has a Saturn in the Aries, Saturn in the Leo, Saturn in the Libra. Here we are talking about a sign which serves to the masses, like what you ultimately want to become, what you eventually want to do, and if you have some higher purpose to serve or not. Or are you a kind of person who just is concerned about his material security, about his own interest and his own life? So then Saturn might not bestow you very good results, because guys, Aquarian energy has everything to do with this ultimate objective in mind, to serve the world, to serve the masses. Learn about, study about the life of Lord Hanuman and the life of the Lord Shani. From our Hindu mythology, you will get to know the true definition of service. So yes guys, it is going to be a very important event for you guys, and you should look forward to it. Now guys, when we talk from the perspective of Saturn transiting over your nodes, so guys, the beautiful aspect of the Aquarius sign is that no planet kind of see it as a enemy sign, or no planet goes through debilitation over here. And a lot many planets, whether planets placed in your natal chart in the Aquarius or planets transiting from the Aquarius, they generally manifest some very good results. And definitely guys, let's first start from the Rahu's perspective. So if you have your Rahu to be placed in the Aquarius, now a lot many Vedic astrologers see Rahu as the co-ruler of the Aquarius sign. So just like that, and Aquarius is energy which is being co-ruled both by the planet Rahu and Saturn. So I would say that if you are actually working hard and you are utilizing the energies of Rahu in a constructive way, like you are very much driven towards technology or making use of scientific aptitude for the upliftment of your career, or being engaged in some humanitarian philanthropic work, making use of the latest tech standards, or kind of serving the masses, or contributing your skill set in a very humanitarian way to the masses. So if you are working with that mindset, and Saturn is going to be transiting over your natal Rahu, it can actually manifest some very good results. So now guys, this is a general interpretation of Saturn's transit over Rahu, but we cannot even overlook this fact that both of these two planets are highly karmic planet. They both represents our encrypted destiny. So we generally say that it's like you have to get some puja done, worship of Lord Shiva becomes very important during that time. Or let's say for example, with this kind of alignment, your in your natal chart, your moon is afflicted and your actions are very questionable, are not very ethical, you are not very disciplined in the life, then Saturn's transit over your natal Rahu many times create trouble or problems with the unethical elements of the society, or entanglement into defamation, wrong set of allegation. So again guys, there is a dual approach to it, but in 99% of the cases, Saturn's transit over your natal Rahu generally manifest good results only. With that said, the chart should not be very karmic in nature, like there should not be much of the prominence of the 8th house or 12th house, and moon should be not coming in the direct conjunction with Rahu and Ketu. Then in those cases, this transit can actually bestow some very good results, specifically if you are engaged in the lines of technology or anything to do with the humanitarian or collective areas of interest. Now guys, talking from Ketu's perspective, so definitely guys, Ketu's placement in the Aquarius is considered as very strong, fame giving kind of placement, because Ketu is the like Ketu represents flag, so all the talents which we have brought from the past life, and Ketu's influence in the Aquarius is almost akin or equivalent to Ketu's placement in the 11th house, which is considered as the one of the best placement of Ketu. So definitely guys, Saturn's transit over natal Ketu first of all will demand very strict worship of Lord Ganesha, because again it is a highly karmic nature, and guys, because Saturn in a way can activate very fierce side of the Ketu as well. So let's say for example, if you are engaged in any of the fields of research, of exploration, over there Saturn can actually give you some sort of good results, because guys, try to understand this thing. If there is one planet which can in one strike can give you the result of your complete destiny, that is the planet Ketu. And generally Ketu dominated people are very much inclined towards spirituality, research, or artistic creative work. So if you have completely dedicated or devoted your life to sadhana, to research, and Saturn, which is the ultimate significator of profession, of karma, of our results, of our destiny. So Saturn's transit over your natal Ketu can actually give you result of whatsoever answers or mysteries you are trying to resolve. Now this could be in your personal life, this could be in your professional life, but yes, Saturn's transit over your natal Ketu can give you answers or results of all the mysteries or all the research you are currently engaged in. And I would still say that worship of Lord Ganesha will be considered as very protective, very important whenever Saturn is transiting over it. So yes guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For further more updates and notifications on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.